It's now time to add a little bit of frosting to our work project. We've inserted our corner rounding end mill, 1/4 inch radius. We're going to go ahead and machine a radius profile around all 4 edges of our part. Remember the suggestions that we made earlier when we showed you how to use a corner rounding end mill. We've got our lead cutting edge here, and we're going to want to gently bring that down in contact with the work, lock the quill down, go to the knee and lower the table 5/1000ths of an inch, and then lock the knee in at that point. So we've established the correct cutting height of the cutter. Back our cutter away from the part. Now we're ready to cut our way around the block. Remember, we just want the radius to come in contact with the vertical part of the block. We don't want to have a stripe cut around it. Take your time, make sure and use the climb cut on the finished pass now. Nice, smooth, uniform feed. All right, we're on the last pass. We're rounding off all of the corners on our block. We're going to remove the block, burr it, turn it upside down, and we're going to put a 45-degree beveled cut around all 4 edges on the other side. If you have a form tool, this is a good time to use it. If not, grab the V-block, insert it in the V-block, and make separate passes, keeping them all uniform. Remember, there's more than one way to skin the cat. Alright, since I have a form cutter, I'm going to take the easy way out and race around the block now, cutting a uniform chamfer at 45 degrees. Anytime that we're using this type of a cutter, we're going to bring the cutter into contact with the workpiece. You're going to have to get your eye down there close to the work so we can see the contact point being made. Okay, and then once we've made contact, we can either set our digital readout or lock down our bed, loosen the lock ring on our dial, set it at 0, and take a uniform amount off all the way around the block, equally on 4 sides. We want a nice continuous chamfer around all 4 sides of the part. It doesn't want to be thick on one side and thin on the other, all right? Alright, before we continue, let's take a couple of minutes and review what we've done to the block already. We've dimensioned our block in thickness, length, and width. We've drilled and reamed 4 holes. We've drilled a hole in the center. We've put a 45-degree chamfer around all 4 corners of the part to a uniform thickness. On the other side of the block, we've taken our corner rounding mill and we've put 4 equally radiused edges on our part. We've dial indicated the center hole in, and we've counterbored that to a dimension of 1 inch and 50 thousandths and a depth of 700 thousandths. So if your block doesn't look like this, hit the rewind and go back to the beginning and find out where you missed it. We also have 3 holes that are equally spaced, centered in our block, drilled and tapped to a 1/4 20 with the appropriate countersinking on the top.